Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the tales of the Yawning Portal campaign module by Wizards of the Coast.
Previously on Tavern Tales, Zuvus, the Triton Artificer, was a long time ago betrayed by their best friend Magda, and now Magda has appeared in their true form, an Oni ogre mage named Kesnif. How will this play out?
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? 1 beer or two, I'll drink to you.
So, that laugh, well, it started out quite evil, as Kesnef the Oni, Magda the human, Alden the halfling, slowly vanished from sight. But the laugh, all too quickly, turned from what appeared to be a malicious cackle into a genuinely puzzling sob. Somewhere amongst the pillows in this sumptuous round room, an ogre mage cried, and as the party looked from one to the other, both Zuvus and Thesis then noticed a more than usual vacant expression on Vulcan's face, and suddenly smoke curling up from his hand, both crying out at the same time.
What's that?
Not good.
And now let us peek into the adventure itself, as an ogre mage cries, and Vulcan appears to not be mentally present. So what I'd like you to do is please describe your character.
Yep.
And who you are, because we have not done introductions in some time, and it might be good to say who you are and what you're doing at the table.
Hi, I'm Paige. I am playing Zuvus Movedath, Paladin of the Seas. Zuvith is a Triton alchemist, which is very complicated for my brain and not something I will play again. Hopefully it's been entertaining.
Hello, I'm Marie Claire. I'm playing the character Thesis Phase, who is a warforged but looks more like a porcelain doll and is a warlock, mainly because in her backstory, she was animated from the soul of a dead princess into basically a life-size porcelain doll that looks like the princess through the warlock patron, the Raven Queen. Yep, that's my character.
Which makes you
the Raven Queen's cursed abomination, which all makes sense.
My name's Aaron. I've been here since the beginning, and I'm happy to continue to be here, as none of you get to hear me speak. But for this round, I am playing Vulcan, Master of the 6 Galleons, who is a tiefling barbarian pirate. He looks very suave, very debonair, and is currently staring vacantly into the abyss, with smoke coming from one of his hands.
What do you do?
There seem to be 2 situations going on here, and I do not know which one we should deal with first.
I don't deal with the emotions, so why don't you deal with the crying, and I'll go deal with the more mechanical issue of smoking hands.
I guess I can do that. However, I cannot promise that I will not engage in warfare against Magna.
Maybe we should switch.
I have history with this individual, and I, at one point in my life, cared for them, and I would like to understand their betrayal and their current situation. I will attempt to console them.
The 2 of you are standing there in front of Vulcan while you look around to make sure that this Oni does not attack you, because prior knowledge from a previous game of an invisible Oni ogre mage attacking you from invisible. However, they just seem to be still crying and not immediately close to you, but it's a round room, so it's hard to tell exactly where this sound is coming from. But you can see that the hand that's smoking is the one that's holding the sword, Black Razor, that Vulcan has. And it definitely seems to be wherever his skin is making contact with Black Razor, it is smoking.
I'm gonna kick his hand and try and get it out.
You kick his hand. The sword goes sliding back under the divan.
Okay.
And you come to suddenly.
Ow. As he looks down at his smoldering hand.
Sure. I would say take hit point damage, but I don't really care. You're just hurt.
You're okay. Your hand is on fire.
Do I look okay?
Yeah. I mean, mostly just the hand.
No, I'm not okay, but more specifically, what happened?
The sword has it out for you, I think. It's like, I don't like you.
I guess.
It's now under that shiz.
I expect it will have the same result with any of us picking it up, that it will likely smoke in anyone's hand, and we likely need to pick it up with cloth or some other material to protect ourselves from it.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go and try and find something to wrap it in, or
So lots of pillows.
yeah, slice the fabric off a pillow. Yeah, I'll use a dagger and slice the stuffing out of a pillow to be able to wrap the hilt end of the sword.
Okay.
Be able to hold it.
And I'm going to walk over to Magna.
They're invisible, so you
Oh,
don't
right.
know where they are. They're crying in the room.
If I go invisible, can I see other invisible
Sadly,
people?
no.
That'd be so cool. It'd be like our own little realm. I'll just yell out and I'll say, Magna, I know you're here and you really don't deserve this. However, I believe everyone deserves a second chance. And you're obviously upset. At one point, you were my best friend. And I just want to understand the betrayal and what is currently going on now and how we can help you.
It just sucks. This is the worst. This is the sword. I always seem to betray the people closest to me at the perfect moment for them to suffer. And I've had so much time sitting here not touching the sword that I've come to realize that I could have had friends and cuddles.
That's right.
But I don't deserve any of those things, especially second chances. Do you know how many people I've screwed over the last 700 years?
I believe that anyone can have a second chance no matter how badly they've acted to others. And you've had this sentence already given to you to think about the things and the impact you've made. And now you can right your wrongs. We're willing to help you, just as we've stated we'll help others in this dungeon. Our whole goal is to defeat Caraptus so that we can set every being in this dungeon free so they can go live their lives and right their wrongs.
I don't deserve freedom. Oh.
And based on that, I think when we do get you out, you should likely find someone to speak with about your emotional trauma that it appears you've endured.
I've just been so evil for so long, I don't know if I can come back. But I want to.
Your first step could
Okay.
be helping
Why don't you all
us.
make an insight check?
Okay.
Because, and I feel like you would have asked if you'd been thinking game mechanics. You're being super kind. But this guy has definitely betrayed you before. And why wouldn't he betray you again? And if you would like to spend a blue gem, I have made a new ruling that if you have rolled terribly, you could spend 2 blue gems to reroll. But in this game, you can just spend 1 blue gem to reroll or to have advantage to roll again. Mostly because I'm being kind. Also, this is not effective for this campaign for you guys, but for the very next time we start another campaign or a new set, whatever that might be. There's a new rule. There are those red heart-shaped gems, and everybody has the chance to earn 1 and only 1 of these gems over the course of the campaign, however long it may be. And you can then spend it 1 time for an immediate natural 20 on anything.
Cool.
That you want.
Love it.
Paige is spending a blue gem to roll advantage, and what are your results? Marie-Claire, how does Thesis do?
A 2.
Thesis is like, this guy needs a cuddle.
Yeah.
Yep. Vulcan.
13.
The tears seem genuine. What is Vulcan's level of actual give a fuck about this?
Yeah, 50-50.
That's probably why you're like, I don't care if he's telling the truth or not, but it does feel pretty genuine.
Okay.
17.
17 is a lot. It's not the 18 that would have like really clinched it. Probably because there's some past emotional damage that is still rolling you forward on this, that you're not entirely 100% sure that this is genuine. Just not, I mean, if you'd gotten that 18, you'd know one way or the other.
Didn't I say that I cast Flash of Genius?
You use that as a reaction. You don't do that beforehand.
Oh. I cast Flash of Genius.
And again, you don't cast it. It is a feature.
You are
from
just
a
flash of genius.
I am just genius, and then there is a flash of lightning, and I magically have enough.
That is not how that works. So you are basically going to expend one of your flash of genius, which I don't even think you've got very many left, do you?
That was my last one.
Yeah. What does that give your total result to now?
So it makes it a 21.
Then you definitely know he's being genuine.
Wow.
But he's not just being genuine about his remorse. He's actually being genuine about his feeling that he may not be capable of making the change. He wants to change, but does not know how.
Okay.
And it's kind of a bullshit reason to put it all on the sword, in your opinion. Right? He's his own sentient, capable creature.
Yeah.
However, seeing what the sword did to Vulcan, there might be some conversation to be had there about what's going on with this sword.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what you've learned in a couple of seconds of conversation with Kesnef, the Oni Ogre Mage. What do you do?
I understand that you don't think that you can overcome this. However, I think the first step would be assisting us and getting you on your path of righteousness. And I think as well, we need to figure out and we need to know what this connection is with the sword and the impact that it's had, because you had your faults before the sword, and it sounds as though the sword have maybe increased those dark intentions.
I don't know. I feel like I could just cast darkness right now and take one of you right out of the picture. But I didn't. I waited until, I didn't do anything while the devil guy was frozen, transfixed with the sword in hand. So I don't know. I'm torn.
But right there, that's improvement. Don't you see that?
Yeah, maybe. I don't recommend taking this sword with you. But I know how you can get past the manticores, unless you want to, kill them all. They're all just violent, capricious. I mean, they have intelligence and they can speak, but they're evil at the core. Not even with a sword. Oh, the sword.
Why didn't they call them evil cores?
Evil at the core, that's funny. I like that. I don't know about the rest of our group.
Why can't we take the sword with us? Just asking. I mean, it burned his hand, but we could wrap it up all nice in the package.
The conditions of my imprisonment is to keep the sword in this room, and it will alert Caraptus if the sword leaves this room, and I will face severe repercussions.
Why don't we just leave the sword here, go to the next place, find Caraptus, destroy him, and then come back and get the sword?
I'm okay with that too.
Seems to make the most logical sense.
I don't know about the rest of my companions, but I feel like if you know the way to deal with the Manticore, we would rather that than having to fight them, as they are very large and likely very strong.
Yeah, there's a code word you can use that makes them docile.
What's that?
It's actually a phrase. It begins with...
Life ends.
When you...
Have kids. There you go.
Yeah, I don't really get it. It's not particularly super thematic. I don't think Caraptus even had kids, but nonetheless, I guess that's maybe why he used this. Anyway, that's the code word for the Manticores.
Do you want to know anything else?
So you promise not to leave if you get released from Caraptus when we inevitably kill him, right? You're not going to run away with the sword?
No, I don't want to have anything to do with the sword ever again.
Okay, cool. Because there's a cuddle in it for you.
Oh,
He flickers into view He is a gray-skinned ogre mage. He is not very attractive.
What am I?
He's not the buff ogre, super strong. He doesn't have a good skin regimen. He's gray-skinned. He's very sallow because he's spent his years in arcane study, sunken, hollow eyes that look very haunted and despondent. And it's very clear, especially to you with your 21 insight, that he is not comfortable in his own skin. Which may be why he has constantly masqueraded as other people so much.
Okay, well, we have the code word, and that was a very nice show of faith and, I believe, goodness that you have not previously seen in yourself. And I think it's a very good start. I think we have what we need to move on and continue to destroy Caraptus, and then we can come back and get the sword, and maybe you and I can build our friendship and trust again, and I can help you in the future on your path to becoming better.
Yeah, I have a lot of people I need to go and apologize to about the sword. Only one of a chaotic alignment who has made a pact with the Raven Queen can wield it.
Yeah, that's me!
Oh. But it does curse you to break the trust of those you trust the most.
Who do I trust?
I would hope us.
You guys are always fighting.
Okay, well, that means that
You want to join in the fight? You're like...
You're always welcome.
I mean, your way of showing affection is very much like a hit to the face.
Okay, so she won't break our trust then. We're good.
Yep. I guess so.
No, it's fine. I don't need to wield the sword of Eternia or whatever it's called. Black Razor.
Black Razor.
Onyx.
These are the things you're saying as you're leaving. I got the impression that you're quietly telling your friends this as you walk away from the Oni Ogre Mage. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk to the Ogre Mage about beforehand?
I'm going to give him a long distance hug. Just be like, still up for you.
He looks like you're trying to get an actual hug, so he goes over and actually hugs you.
Oh, cool. I like
And
it. Yeah.
He is a little damper than you remember the halfling being. That's all.
It's just a little keyhole that's across the way that we're assuming is the exit, right?
This is the last room. There is another door, but
Oh,
it's
I
like a
didn't-
safe that has like a vault that the manticores are protecting.
Do you know, before we leave, how to get through that door across the way that the manticores are defending?
No, I don't know how to get into that one.
Okay,
Again, I haven't left this room. I just know the code to stand the manticores down.
that is a great help. Thank you.
Okay, while I am enjoying this hug, it is getting awkward. No? Oh, are you still there?
All right. Have a good life in the room.
Right, I guess if you don't come back and you don't defeat Craftus,
I
that's
can
the
make
way it's going to be.
no guarantees of my future success.
Well,
I'm going to try, but you stay psychologically good.
He looks at Zuvus like, what?
who are you traveling with sort of thing?
But doesn't say anything. He looks at you, who is the first to leave.
I think I will.
Oh, it's your turn to go.
I think we make that eye contact and I give back a look of I know. And then I just turn and leave to rip the Band-Aid off and continue our adventure to come back faster.
Cool.
Yep.
He whispers in Thasis's ear after that look.
just say the word if you're in the fight with Caraptus, and I will forsake my contract and be there to help if Zuvus is in any degree of great harm.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Now get out of here.
He's even damper. All right, you turn. You open the door.
And as soon as I go out the door, I say,
All right, roll initiative first.
oh boy.
This isn't combat. I just want to know who goes first, because are they going to shoot spikes at Zuvus before Zuvus gets to shout out the words? That's all.
Okay.
I have a 17.
I have a 14.
All right.
And I have no gems left.
Yep.
I walk out and die. That'd be so funny.
What is your armor class?
18 with my cloak on.
4 manticore spikes blast into you.
I should have let you go first.
Just had to get out of there.
I just wanted to have a nice moment.
Take 28 piercing damage.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh yeah. and you cry out on your turn.
Oh, life ends when you have kids. Ow.
Petulant mewling as these words cry out. Unfortunately, it's in common, and therefore, no. And all of the manticores immediately flatten down onto the ground,
Cool.
as though pressed by a large hand, and they twitch and writhe and eye you with aggressive anger and animosity, but they do not move.
You think you're angry? You just shot me with a bunch of spiky things. Let's go, people.
Tails twitch, but barely.
And I think we should go very quickly
Yeah. We'll
Yep.
go through there.
There you go.
as I'm limping and holding myself.
I'll help you.
Thank you.
You step out into the room with the manticores,
Yep.
Yes, we do.
and
Walk towards them.
you're in front of the manticores.
Oh, you just walk to the other end of the room, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You walk to the other side, stepping around the manticores. There is a vault door.
Oh.
Can we try to open it?
You may certainly try to open the vault door.
Who's the strongest?
Well, don't you have thieves' tools?
Oh, yeah. Can I thieves tool this door?
I'm the strongest. We're the same strongest.
We are same strong.
Pick the vault.
Pull out your thieves' tools and start sticking them in.
Oh, I'm going to check for traps first.
You're not so good at that,
Nope.
but you may attempt to check for traps.
9.
You have no idea if this thing is trapped or not.
Are any of you good with doors and trappy things?
I can take a look, but I'm not sure what I'll find.
Yeah,
Make
I'm
an
not sure.
investigation check, barbarian.
Yeah.
I'm not sure either.
I have a -1 to
Yeah.
investigation. Let's see what happens here.
That was not.
Yo, I
in the thing.
literally rolled a 0,
It fell out of the things.
but it was a 1.
I know. Yeah, you could be trapped.
Might be dangerous.
Well, I already took spears to the chest. Might as well see what's behind this one, and I'll just use my thieves' tools.
Okay, you are skilled with thieves' tools, so you're going to roll, and I think it's your intelligence score plus your proficiency bonus.
It says dex.
I would accept either, but you chose dexterity, so
20.
you're plus 8.
Yes. It's because of tool expertise, artificer.
With a 20, because you are very proficient, you notice, oh, hey, there's a thing, and you stop because you felt something weird start to tingle in the
Chamber?
in the hole that you're using your thieves' tools on, and you realize you are about to set off a trap. And what that trap does or will do, you're not sure, but a 20 is enough for you to know, I did not fail it by too much, but I did not open this. What would you like to do with this knowledge?
I will share it with my party.
All right, you do so, and then you all decide what.
That we have to disarm the trap.
Unfortunately, my skills do not venture into the disarming of traps.
What would disarming a trap fall under?
Disarming a trap.
But what skill do you need for it?
Thieves' tools.
Oh.
Yeah.
Since I felt it,
Yes.
I will tell my party doers I would recommend standing back a little bit. There is a trap. I am unaware what kind of trap, but I will attempt to disarm the trap, unless there are any other ideas.
Zuvus, wait. What if it's magical? Let me check.
That is likely a good option.
All right, I'm going to look at the...
Yeah, so what happens?
Oh, my eyes start to glow or go black. And they look very spooky.
So who has a problem with that? Do you do anything about that because you know that he has this problem?
Yeah, I'm going to cover his eyes.
Don't look. It's dirty.
Shh. I just raise my hand to cover his eyes.
Are you doing the thing again?
I like how Aaron closed his eyes. And what happens?
My eyes look very creepy and black. They're already kind of creepy in that they don't look like eyes, but they have a slightly purplish ethereal light glow on the edges.
Normally.
It's like she's concentrating, but she looks like a doll, so it's always very disconcerting. And then her eyes go black, like an ink flowing through them.
Like from the top down?
Yeah.
Cool. Ink flows over your eyes as you attune yourself to the magical nature of things. And yes, there is a spell woven into this safe's unlocking mechanism
Can I dispel magic on it?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, good. I'm so good at that. Yeah, a 12.
A 12 is barely enough to know that if you end this spell by dispel magic, that is exactly the same thing that will happen when the lock is picked. It discontinues the spell, which causes something else to happen, which is a chain of events that would actually lead all of the walls of force that you saw scintillating on the glass to shatter the glass and stop being in effect, and all of that water and wildlife to come flooding down to where you are with the manticores.
So if we dispel the door, it's the same as lockpicking the door, which would mean that all the glass would shatter and all the wildlife would come into the manticore area, and then it'd be chaos and mayhem, I think.
Based on Marie Claire's gesticulating, though, it seems as though she's taken her hands away from Vulcan's face.
Yeah.
But if that were to happen, we would have the help of the crayfish. I mean, we did feed them.
Very little, and I feel like that truce was temporary and quite a while ago. I wonder if we
Have
could...
you fed me recently, they would say.
Yeah. Although they could eat the manticore, could we open the door fast enough to beat the rush of the water and close it behind us?
It is a safe,
Oh, right.
not a room you're going to.
We can just leave, maybe.
Tons of valuables doubtlessly behind this safe door if it is protected by this sort of spell.
Yeah, we could hit it up later.
So, based on all of this, you would need a 24 or better to pick this lock and not have the spell go off. That's what you need to roll.
Yes, Zuvus, master thief.
Right? Which I believe is a 14.
Mm-hmm.
Because, no, you're plus 8, right?
Plus 8.
So you need to roll a 16. That's a 25% chance of success.
Yeah.
Zuvus stands there, deliberative, bemused, faces his eyes, go back to normal. Vulcan looks at his hand and wonders how badly hurt he was, because it was necrotic damage, not fire damage. But again, I'm not knocking any hit points, just out my hand.
Okay. So I could risk picking this lock. But if I hit the wrong thing, all of that water and all of those creatures are coming down upon us. I'm only going to do what the whole group thinks I should do. I know that the manticores are basically look like they're sleeping, but that doesn't mean you can. Vulcan.
Well, is the small success rate worth what's in this safe? For if you fail...
How would we know that answer? Do you have X-ray vision?
I'm just saying in general, we don't know what's in this safe. There could be popcorn, there could be mounds of riches beyond our wildest dreams. We'll never know.
I would hope that a safe being guarded by manticore, as well as a spell, is a little more than popcorn.
It's true. It's probably really sweet. However, we might be able to get the key directly from Craptus's dead corpse, right?
And we do have the code word to get past the manticores should we leave and come back.
True.
So what have you decided?
I think we've decided not to pick it right now.
All right. What are you doing?
We should go up. I mean, there's no other way out here. We gotta go back.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.
My name is...
Hello.
I'm gonna clear my throat.